Well, it's the same points. I just used a different, like, so I didn't have all of my tops done, so I used the file he gave us. And it's the same elevations and everything, but I just wasn't done, so I just wasn't completely done with it yet.
Do you still have, do you have the API numbers in both of them? Are they unique? Do you have unique key fields in both?
No, it's all the same. It's all the same, just like I added more.
I mean, is there an API number that's unique for each well record?
Yeah, but it's like all the same.
No, each well has like the last 4 numbers are different, is what he's saying. Like each thing is different. Yeah.
So if you link them together, because what you're going to do is just join those tables to this table.
Okay. So like what I was, so what else, we did this is what we did, and I haven't touched this since then. So I need to go to, I don't know if it, where did I put it? Here it is. I put it in GIS.
It's a little shaky from swim.
Yeah. What's this? This is not that GIS. It's a new site. Okay. So this is the one we used earlier, and this is the one that just has the added stuff to it. So that's the one that has everything on it. Now that I'm done
you have
with
everything in it already?
Yeah, I'm done with all of it. I just need to contour it now.
Okay, well then just get rid of this well location. Just delete it.
Okay, just delete this right here.
Yeah, well remove that and then delete it from your database.
Okay, so basically it still needs to look like this. It just.
But you've got those points in this file.
Yeah, it's all in that file.
But
Yeah.
It's easier to just create a new one.
Yeah.
So where's your?
So the new one is right here.
Where's the old one?
Oh no, that's the old one. This is the new one.
I mean, where did you store the old? That was not the same as a CSV file. This is we had the well location.
I just changed the name of it because it was just, when I saved it, it we renamed it and everything. I guess whatever to make it more like what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
So we need to delete. Oh, that's a database.
Because we made that database for the well
location. So we need
location.
to delete well location.
Oh, okay.
So we can use the name over again. Yeah. Okay, and so just load your CSV file.
Okay, let me make sure how to do this. So I'm gonna
just drag it.
Just drag it
over there.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to do this 5 times. I just want help on the first one so we can be able to redo it. Okay. So
all your tops are in this file. You only need to do this one time.
Okay, but for we have 5 different contour maps though for each.
We have to map 5 different contacts, I think.
But that's all in the same table, right?
It's all in the same table, yeah. But we just have to save 5 different files.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but this step you only have to do one time.
Yeah. Okay. So back to what we're doing.
I'm confused. It's all going to be on one map, so why do we have to have 5?
It's not on one map,
No,
but it's all out of one database.
So the the elevations that we plotted Thursday, those are going to be the same for all of them because that's the well locations. But we have to plot the top of the Rustler, top of the Salado.
Yeah, so those will be 3 different.
Yeah, those would be 3 different 1 and 2 ISPAC maps. Okay, so do I go here? I'm lost still. All right.
Go down display
the
XY
ISPAC
data.
maps are not the same as the.
I'll show you how to do that.
ISPAC maps, you just subtract one from the other.
Yeah, and I already did that in my stuff.
Well, the best way to do it though is to actually
I
subtract the
saw that.
surfaces from each other.
In GIS. So what I did is I did.
Okay, get your X field.
Okay. So UTMX and UTMY, no Z. And, do we need to go?
Yeah, you edit that.
Yeah, edit it. Because that we did.
UTM, that's it.
13,
right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. And then just
remember what we did last time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then can I just put okay? Yeah. Okay. So there's the points. I don't think that we need to put the numbers on the well locations like how we did.
You just
So
label
I'm
them
not
if you
sure.
do.
We can
What
just.
do we have in here? We can. What you want to do is now export this. You don't have to do this every time you log in. So you want to make a file in the geodatabase.
Like it's literally, what, October? Okay. So, what did we do
Well
last time?
locations.
Yeah, well locations. That's me typing. I'm just
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this.
okay.
Get rid of
So this part right here is we only have to do this once.
one time.
Okay.
And erase this extra one.
And tomorrow I'm gonna come in about my lab, and I'm just gonna worry about this today.
Okay. And then what do you have in here?
Alright, I have a bunch of stuff in there, but I can tell you what needs to be. So, let me scoot it over to the end is what, there's 5 things that need to be, but I'm just going to get help on one for now. Okay, so this needs to be contoured. This needs to be contoured. That needs to be contoured, that, and that. But we can just do this one for now. If we just want to, I just want to know how to do one, so I should be able to do the rest on my own.
What's ASL?
Above sea level.
Oh,
Above
okay,
sea
so you've
level,
already
yeah.
corrected them for sea level.
Yes.
Good.
So this is what I'm going to teach you how to do, that I figured out how to do. So that's what we did. I'll just explain that when we get out of here. So yeah, that's above sea level, and this the other one at the end is sub sea level.
Okay, to contour, you first have to interpolate to the surface.
Yeah. Oh, and I need to add grids too, right? Because to be able to contour, you have to have grids on GIS, right?
Well, yeah, it probably is a good idea to make a grids file.
I figure because machines don't know like your brain does, right? To follow a certain. Take forever.
In the meantime, we can do this.
Looks like he worked you out today. You're still breathing hard.
Yeah, we got a good workout. Like, we were swimming, but I am still sweating.
Let's make one, just call it grids.
And does this need to be done every time? No, right?
No, we're just going to, just for our convenience, make a folder called grids.
Okay.
And it can be in data, but since it's rather than having to go down every, we'll just have data, which is your data set. Then
Right.
we'll have the grids we create as a separate file. So you can put them in data, or you can keep them separate like this. There's really no reason to have to burrow down through another directory. So but we want to keep the grids separate because they're a different data structure.
Okay.
And so we go spatial analyst tools.
Okay.
To interpolation.
Okay. Is this what we did in like the second lab? Or
I-
we did something with grids.
We haven't used grids yet.
Oh. Dang. I thought we put grid marks on something.
No, that was graticules.
Oh.
We just use natural neighbor for now. You can use inverse distance weighted
Okay.
interpolation. You use natural neighbor interpolation. You use spline interpolation. You use spline with barriers. If you want to draw a polygon around all this, you can do spline with barriers.
I need to do that, right?
But they all work the same way, so
Oh,
we'll just
okay.
do natural neighbor. And you can try different ones to see what gives you
Okay.
the best. Okay, we haven't turned it on.
Okay. Have you downloaded GIS
Every
yet?
little thing. No. I haven't.
So wait, what happened just then? We haven't turned it on?
You haven't turned on your extensions.
Oh.
Just turn them all on, so you don't have to worry about it. We're using spatial analyst, so the spatial analyst extension has to be turned on.
Oh.
We might as well turn them all on.
Okay.
Okay, now it'll work.
See, I would have never known to do that.
Well, you haven't done that yet, have you?
Mm-mm.
Okay, your point features or world locations.
Right.
The z-value is what you want to contour. So Rustler ASL.
Mhm.
Output raster, we're going to put in grids.
Right. Oh, that's from lab. It's still in GIS. Need to. Ah, one more other side. Wrestler. ASL.
Yeah.
Underscore ASL. I guess I just go C level.
And output cell, before we do this, let's go to environments. And it's always important to make sure,
Now this part we're gonna have to do every single time, right?
Yeah.
'Cause for each one.
just always remember your processing extent. I forget what the default is, but we just want to make it to the, usually the union of inputs.
Okay.
It could, in this case, be the same as display because we're displaying the same thing, or
Right.
it could be the same as a layer well location. So we can make it, since the only thing we have is a layer, and we only want to contour from the wells, we can just make it the layer well locations.
Okay.
Output cell size. It's going to default, I forget how it calculates this, but you might, let's just make it an even 25. So the cell's a little smaller.
Okay. So
And this can take
we
a
didn't
while.
we didn't have to do it from one like the highest dot to the bottom. Is that like why didn't we put a polygon? Like what would have changed?
Well, that's what we said. We said
Oh.
use the, see, I told it to use just the extent of your wells.
Okay.
You see how I did it? So that restricted it just to the area where the wells are,
That's cool.
which is really only where you know where you have everything,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
And so there's the contours. I mean, that's the surface, and to contour it,
Where are you at now?
It's our toolbox where we still were earlier. How would I go now?
we'll just go down. Something else here.
Slow down, but maybe.
Well, it shouldn't make it. That's weird. Yeah, this is probably a good spot to save it because it's probably gonna do something crazy now.
Probably to push that little down arrow. Yeah, those things are.
No.
Huh.
What? Okay. Never mind.
Try
Close this.
sliding.
We close this, maybe you can see the surface.
Try to
So you
do-
go to surface, contour,
Okay.
your input raster is this raster you just made,
Mhm.
like that. Okay, the output polylines, you probably want to put back into your well location stuff, or in that J database.
Output. Okay.
So, and this time I call it Rustler contours.
Okay.
Contour interval.
Did you say we had to have a certain contour interval?
When
Let
you
me
look
It's
at-
usually 20 feet. I would just.
Let me just look on my phone just to make sure. Because I have a picture. He probably did.
20 is not a bad one.
No, I'm not seeing it. So
Yeah, you got lost the sign. I just 20 feet.
Base contour, you just leave it 0, so that's your 0 contour, which isn't even going to show up here. There's no Z. Let's see. Your data are in UTM meters. Your elevation's in feet, right? So there's a. Do we need to use a Z factor for that? You always go look at your help, and you click on one of these, it'll tell you more. So in this case, you entered your values in feet. You didn't put them in meters.
no, I think we're supposed to have them in feet because he gave us all the information in feet.
Okay, so,
So I figured-
so your Z factor is 1.
Okay.
I mean, that'd be feet. If it were meters, you'd have to give it a different factor.
Okay. Whoa.
So there's your contours. You can see the nearest neighbor is a little bit jaggedy. Let me turn this off.
Doesn't anything look
And
like
so what
it's
you
out
can
of
do
place?
is you can actually, well, along the edges it's unconstrained. So along the edges, your contours are never good. Oops.
Okay.
But that's that's just because you're at the edge of your data.
Right.
And then you can smooth these. If you want to smooth them, you can.
But it looks like it makes geological sense, so right.
You can go to cartography. Yeah, I mean, I don't see any weird contours.
Only thing I see weird are these bullseye right there, because didn't he say something in class that there wasn't supposed to be any bullseyes?
I think, yeah, he said there's a...
Well, you might try splining, or if you tried a 25-foot contour, that bullseye would disappear, because it's only there in the 20-foot contour. If you dig 1-foot contours, you're going to have bullseyes all over the place. So it depends.
Honestly, just walk over and see if it rallies right there and see if there's...
And then you can smooth the lines. So we're going to smooth these lines out. So the input feature is going to be your contour. And we'll just call it Rustler contour. Yeah, I know that. Oops.
So having taken GIS, do you think we're supposed to be a master of GIS?
Smoothing tolerance, you don't really need. Actually, we use Bezier interpolation. We don't need to worry about a smoothing tolerance. We're not going to check for anything. We just want to smooth the lines.
That's right.
It's smoothing?
Yeah, there's very little smoothing done. So we zoom into an area like this. I didn't smooth it much. Okay. So it didn't really do anything. So if I could just rid of that.
And so basically, once I get done playing with this, I can save it or export it as a, what do we usually do, the PDF or whatever?
You can export it as a TIFF image or bitmap. And
then when I go to do the new, say I go to do the Salado next, I just will remove this one, and it'll take it all off, or no, the Rustler. Here, I'll remove that.
Just turn it off, yeah.
Okay, and then I'll just start over into the next one, right?
I mean, you can do the next one here. In fact, what we'll do is just do another. Let's interpolate it a different way.
Okay.
So.
And it could be the way I pick my tops too.
So you spline it. Okay. And the field is same field. Output raster. Go to grids. See what your raster is in grid. And just call it raster ASL. Spline. The other one was natural neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's too many letters.
And just SPL, maybe.
Yeah. We already know it's ASL, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can't have. Shouldn't have more than 13 total, but it's always a good idea. Sometimes ARC has another one, so never go over 12. And we did it at 25, right?
Did we do? Yeah, we did 20 last time, didn't we?
And regularized is by OK versus. So regularized gives a nice smooth surface.
Okay.
So that's pretty good. We'll just leave the default. There's a spline surface.
Oh, I like that. It did like an actual square instead of.
Yeah, it did the full extent of the data rather than just.
I kind of like that. Look wise better, but I don't know. He didn't give us any guidelines.
There's nothing to know how to do any of this.
I'm surprised.
And this is not even a prereq.
Oh, it's not.
You're taking GIS
Oh yeah, I
right
am
now?
taking
Yeah.
GIS right now.
So anyone that hasn't taken it is just like, okay. I took GIS.
And I'm not going to replace it. I'm going to call it
One.
spline.
Or it's fine.
SPL. We can have as many letters as you want.
Okay.
This is a vector data set, so we don't really care how long it. Contour interval is 25.
Mm-hmm.
Base contour 0.
And should I be consistent with each one if like I decide I kind of like the look of that one way better?
Yeah, I would be consistent. I figure out which ones work the best for you. So that's splining,
Okay.
and this is non-splining. You can see there's a difference the way it works. So the spline generally gives you a much smoother surface. See how this one
Right.
kind of has these jagged aspects to it.
Right. Kinda like the
Now you
look of
have
that
targets, but if you want to get rid of the targets, change your contour interval to a larger contour interval. If you did 50 feet, all those would disappear.
one. I wonder what he wants us to use.
We can just go see if Riley, so we can
Yeah,
just
stay here.
ask.
Just like,
Oh,
I'll just walk over there.
But these aren't really considered targets. These are just bumps.
Okay.
Target is where you get
Like, yeah.
a whole bunch of them bullseye.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, these are nice. You can see this smooth, this surface is coming up. And where
Yeah,
this
I
is
don't think
where
that's
you
an
go.
issue. Like, we don't have any like crazy bullseyes over here or anything like that.
Now, bullseyes are real, I mean, literally targets where they're going really deep.
Oh, okay. So like out of place.
Yeah.
So why is this one here like that bull? It's not a bullseye, but like how did it know to do that? Is it just
It's
because
just like going up in elevation.
It's taking 12 points and it's fitting a surface of those 12 points.
okay.
And you can tell it to only use 5 points, and it'll tend to, rather than go out so far, it'll look closer in.
Okay.
There's all kinds of, it's a real art to doing that.
So when I start the next map, I would just add a new data set or add
And
a new.
this is feet above sea level, right?
Mhm.
So this is your high point. So you kind of want it to look, that looks like your high point, right?
Mhm.
And then your low areas fall. So it's telling you got a dome here. And,
Right,
and
it's
kind of
moving.
kind of a ridge that comes off in this way. So
Okay. So I would go to like add new data set.
if you
right?
had targets, it would probably mean you picked the wrong top. That's what he's talking about, targets. Not
Yeah.
for the contouring, but and contouring is a good way to see if you have a target, and go and look to see if you got the right
You can see you got
value
the
for
wrong
the
content.
top.
Well, it looks decent to me, which I really don't
Maybe
know.
it is.
I'm scared if I go ask him, he's gonna be like, it's completely wrong. So I'm not gonna go
It's
ask.
not, I mean, and if you
Um,
tried inverse distance weighting, it would give you a slightly different surface, so you could try that.
I like this
You
one
could try
though.
splining, you could try changing the parameters for a spline.
I need to see this. So basically, but I need to be consistent, right? Like if I do spline, I want to do
I would
spline
do,
on all of
yeah,
them.
splining is usually,
Yeah, it looks pretty good, and I don't think he wants the color, but I just literally take that off, right?
just turn it
Yeah.
off.
Okay.
If you need to label them, you just label
I
them.
don't think so, but if I do, you can.
Well, you
we
have to
can-
label the contours, it'll take points.
Oh yeah, the contours. Yeah, I thought you meant like the wells, like the low locations.
Label them with the contour
Contour.
value. And styles, your placement properties. Probably want to place it on the line.
Right.
This is so fun.
Or remove duplicate labels, and I'd say one per feature. You can see how that works out. I would change the symbol.
Bold it, I guess.
No,
or
mask it.
Mask it.
Let's go to the halo. So when you set it on the line, it cuts the line.
Okay. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Label
Like
it.
place it on. Okay. Well, look at there.
That's awesome.
It did it.
So there you go. How you do it.
Okay, so now I have to do this for all
Might want to
40.
save it.
Yes, I'm doing it now. So I'm just gonna basically just add more on top of here, and I would add new data set, right, to
So you would
add the
take
next
that
one.
one and then bring in your other.
or just turn it off, right?
Right.
Can I just turn
Right.
it off?
Turn it off,
I don't
yeah.
need to delete it
You don't need to delete it.
for each one. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Okay,
I'm gonna
thank you.